Hey everyone, Mark and Joey back here on a Friday night with our NHL show, but we had to hold off this morning doing our daily show. There's no games tonight, so it was easy to do, but a lot of screaming and cheering last night for our basketball team, the Raptors. I'm sure everybody in North America is aware of what's going on, whether you follow basketball or you don't. And so it's been a very exciting time here in Toronto, and last night's game was incredible with the Raptors coming out on top over the Warriors. So we thought, let's leave it till tonight and do a better show than we could have done this morning. So we're going to talk about the NHL game tomorrow. So you are getting this information a little bit early. There won't be another show tomorrow. This is going to be our NHL show for this weekend and talking about the game that's coming up on Saturday. Again, going to be a good game. I've already lost my big bet, which was the Bruins to sweep.
I wonder if that wouldn't work.
So anyway, I've had to eat crow on that one. However, I'm not giving up on the Brewers for the Bruins.
They're done
for the series. So
you should.
St. Louis has actually been better on the road than they have been at home. So I'm expecting a win, one win at least in the next 2 days, going back 2-2. That's my thought now. We'll be back 2-2, and then the Bruins have a 2 out of 3 opportunity to win the Stanley Cup, which they should pull off without too much trouble.
Man, I don't think so. I think it will be 1-1 in St. Louis here, make it 2-2. But 2 games on the road for my St. Louis team.
Man, they've been pretty good, no doubt.
Yeah, I like the St. Louis in 6 as I'm feeling it. That game 2 is massive. They had to have it. They got it. Winners of game 2. You said it about basketball. It's true about hockey. It's 67%.
Yeah.
More likely to win the series when you win this game 2. Why? You win game 2, you're 1-1, you get to go back to your home ice. Now, here's one thing I will say. They might play better at home because this crowd will be insane. We want to talk about our crowd in Toronto for basketball.
Yeah, it'll be interesting.
Their crowd for St. Louis and hockey will be insane. It's their first time in the Stanley Cup since 1970 when they lost to Boston on the Bobby Orr goal.
And they're actually more known for the Bobby Orr goal than what happened during the series.
Luckily, actually, no one remembers who Boston was playing, let's be honest, in that series. When Bobby Orr scores that famed goal, I don't know if everyone actually knows it. I didn't know it was against St. Louis, but I know the goal. But they're back. They're against Boston. This is redemption time. This is the year of first-timers. You got St. Louis in hockey, Toronto in basketball. St. Louis, this crowd is going to be nuts. They sold out their home arena for the away games, to watch it on the big screen. This is going to be awesome.
Does sound like Toronto, actually.
I'm excited to see what this crowd's going to bring, how the players are going to handle it. The reason why I think it will be 1-1 in St. Louis and it'll be 2-2 going to Game 5 in Boston is I don't think St. Louis will handle it great tomorrow night.
I'm
a little worried.
Yeah, I'm worried as well from that perspective. Well, I'm choosing Boston, so I'm not worried, but worried for St. Louis that all the build-up at home is really tough to live with. The rookie goaltender who has been amazing.
He's been amazing.
Absolutely amazing. But there's going to be a lot of build-up going into this game, a lot of expectation. I think that, again, I'm a big believer in experience. I think that we're going to have, Boston's going to have that experience in their benefit. I expect them to win tomorrow night. I expect them to lose the game after that, and then coming home have a 2 out of 3. So I think we're going to see that. I think St. Louis is going to struggle. I think they'll then come back. They've shown this resiliency to come back.
Yeah.
That's why I think tomorrow will probably be the Bruins' opportunity. I would say if Bruins can't win tomorrow, they're probably going to lose the next game, be down 3-1 because once the Blues, if they can get into it tomorrow night and not let the crowd bother them. It's funny to think the fact that a crowd could be on your side and actually bother you, but the raising of expectations, all those kinds of things can hurt teams depending on how they take it. But I would say if they take it well and they can beat the Bruins tomorrow night, I think this is going to be a shorter series.
Well, and I'll tell you this, if you're experienced, that home crowd being crazy doesn't affect you.
Yeah.
But on an experienced team, that's why I'm a little worried is that they've never experienced this. Simple. First of all, the fans have never experienced this because they haven't been to an NHL
most weren't alive.
Yeah, and then now the players all pretty much obviously new, obviously not from that team, but they haven't even been to playoffs a whole lot.
It's truly amazing that we can actually have players that weren't even alive. Matter of fact, all of them weren't alive the last time St. Louis was in the Stanley Cup. Very much like the Leafs, because the Leafs were 67. Actually, the Leafs are longer, but 50 years since the last time. It's hard to believe the teams can go that long, but awesome for them. I think it's awesome.
Not only were they weren't alive though, but let's be honest, even like they're probably not even aware of maybe history, right? Like you probably talk to these players
so far back, yeah.
Right, they don't even know. A lot of them aren't from one guy's from St. Louis. Most of them are Canadian. A few from Europe. So really, they don't care about the history. But it's just funny that this is the first time you're back and you're facing the same team that has that famed goal. Now, like I said, the crowd, like I said, would be great for a veteran crowd, for a veteran team. For a younger team, I don't know. Here's my bold prediction. I don't know who's going to win, but it's going to be big. So pick the team you like. It's going to be big. It's going to be by 1.5. It's going to be 4-1 for either St. Louis or Boston. That's my bold prediction. I don't know which team, but whoever wins is just going to be big. The reason why I believe that, I feel like either St. Louis is frantic, turn the puck over a lot, goaltender maybe a little nervous, lets in a bunch of goals, or they're so pumped up and they're so ready to go that they actually play unbelievable and put Boston on a plane back home to Boston down 3-1 because they're going to win both games. They win this one. So I just feel like it's one way or the other. It's going to be huge, but this crowd's going to be excited for it. I can guarantee that. Like I said, big game. Game 3s matter a lot, especially Series 1-1. And it's a chance for St. Louis to maybe take a stranglehold in this series. I can guarantee you one thing. You're not getting this done in less than 6. It's guaranteed 6-game series, but I'm still going with St. Louis. I love them here. But obviously, hopefully just a fun game for this crowd. And if St. Louis can get a couple of victories, that'd be great too.
Well, I think that Game 6 would be a great game if they're going to win. A great way to finish it off. Obviously, if Boston's going to win Game 7, would be a great
wouldn't that be
time
great,
to win.
though? Game 6 is a game. St. Louis is up 3-2, right? You can either win it in front of your own crowd, which would send praise through the streets, or you lose it, and then Boston gets to go home, and then I'd pick Boston probably in Game 7, too. So I hope that it's 3-2, Game 6 in St. Louis.
One way or another, it'd be a big game.
Yeah, I just think that'd be awesome.
Yeah.
And there's nothing probably like winning the title on your home ice. And really, this series should provide one of the teams to win it at home because of the way it should shape up. Obviously, St. Louis can win in Game 7 or something like that, but I just think this isn't going shorter than 6. So, Saturday night hockey night in Canada. You'll have everyone there. Don Cherry, you have Canadians watching, Americans watching. It's going to be a loud crowd. They're going to have stuff going on before, after. It should be lots of fun.
And I like your prediction. For those of you who do wager like us, the -1.5 goals, great odds. Like you say, it's hard to know which team, but whichever team you're voting for, I agree. I think this game, it's been a tough series so far. It tends to loosen up a little bit when it's been so tough. So we could see a blowout as far as scores.
Well, I just think something that's an anomaly, which is them in the finals, will cause a blowout game at some point, and Game 3 seems to be the one that would make the most sense.
I mean, part of it, I don't think Rask is playing lights out like he was earlier in the playoffs. I think he's been a little challenged. I think the young goalie might be challenged by the crowd. So I think your prediction of -1.5 for one of the teams, neither one of us, I think, have a real handle on who we think that'll be.
Big,
but a good opportunity if you want to cheer your team to get some odds on them. So anyway, we will, as we said, be looking to watch the game tomorrow night. We'll be back Sunday morning with a recap and looking at Game 4 once we've seen what's happened here in the real important Game 3 spot in this series. It's going to be exciting. That's the main thing.
Man. Get up 2-1 in any series, in any sport. I'm not the first to say this when we last. It's obviously insanely important. It's not a mystery, but hey, they're aware of it, and that provides a lot of pressure.
And we're having a great week here. We've got the Raptors in the playoffs in basketball.
Well, what a weekend!
And we got both teams, Blues and Bruins, with a lot of Canadians. So that's one thing we get to cheer all the time is the amount of Canadians playing on teams.
St. Louis has 63%.
They come from, I mean, they're homeboys to our country, and so there's still lots to cheer for all the time in our national sport. However, interesting fact, our actual national sport is lacrosse, but our national sport by the amount of people participating, everything else is hockey. So
soccer, probably. I think it's soccer now, but
no, the kind of the history, probably.
Let's be honest. What sport do we bring home gold medals? That's hockey. So that's our national sport.
Exactly.
We got a bunch of boys playing in the Stanley Cup Finals, so we're always repping the sport and repping Canada. We always have guys doing us proud in these NHL Finals. They're the toughest. They know how to get it done. They play these 4 series through injuries, scars on their face, and we love hockey for that reason. There's no flopping. There's none of that. There's diving to block shots. There's scoring on the offensive end. You go to the net. You take a face full of mitt when you poke the goalie, and we just get real excited here in Canada. You can never not have us watching hockey. And St. Louis with 63% Canadians should make you cheer for St. Louis if you're Canadian right now. Also, they're traveling along the same path as our Toronto Raptors. So we're fired up for Saturday night. It's going to be a great game. And like I said, real excited for that city there. And this is always good for hockey in the USA when a team like this could get something done because it can easily expand where it's already huge in Boston. They don't need any help with that.
Yeah, exactly right. And then our third thing this week is Jack Nicklaus's tournament, the Memorial on the golf side. So although we spent our whole life in the hockey business, I still have a hockey business. You switched to golf a long time ago, are now playing pro at 22 here. So golf is really important to us. We got to have our PGA show as well. If you haven't already seen that one, jump over and take a look. And we're going to talk about the tournament this week. And some of our top guys are right there at the top. And our number one selection is right near the top.
Couple predictions I had that are coming true.
Yep, so we're going to talk about that in the PGA show. Hop over there if you haven't already seen it.